Everybody, just Mongrel with my massive fucking collection here. Here we have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards framed, which is pretty cool. Still haven't straightened them out yet or gotten a new back. On the top shelf, we have the Hunter x Hunter stuff. A bunch of the pop figures, have a couple more in order. Along with the Nendoroids, which is a pretty cool series. We have a bunch of the different statues from different companies, mostly Vibration Stars. They make fairly cheap, affordable figures, which is great. Moving on to the first shelf, we have a bunch of Dragon Ball stuff. A couple of non-official stuff here from Kong Studios, Beast Deities, Demonical Fit, stuff like that. On the second shelf here, we have mostly like the Z style of stuff. Have this really cool Kamehameha display going on. Moving down the shelf, we have the Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man figures, which is pretty cool. I do own a couple of dupes, like Megumin and Yuta, along with a dupe of Gojo. Moving down the shelf, this is pretty much like the miscellaneous shelf for extra shit that I just have. Down here is all of that stuff. Won't go too in depth into that. Here, the shelf is pretty much full of manga, which is pretty cool, along with some JoJo stuff. So to get a scale of how big this is, as I trip over shit, yeah, it's massive. So starting off, we have parts 1 and 2 over here, which is pretty cool. Really pleased with how a lot of these came out. Moving over to part 3, it looks a little barren because I have some stuff on pre-order. And as well as extra space for the rest of the Crusaders. We have part 4 with that live action Rohan, which I will make a video about. I actually really like that figure. Moving over to part 5 here. I have a ton of part 5. It's kind of hard to fit some of it. Like, there's an extra Mista back here. Just couldn't really find a spot for him. I believe I'm missing a Bakio from that part, which is the last character I need, other than Prosciutto. Oh, yeah. Over here we have the Big Figs, which is cool. And we have parts 7 and 8, which look pretty neat. I have a custom speech plate there for Gyro. Part 8 looks a little barren. There's not a whole lot of Part 8 merch out there. And if there is, it's only of Soft and Wet and Josuke. We have some more Part 6 stuff. Going down the shelf, we have the Porunga stuff. He's massive, doesn't really fit anywhere. Going over here, this is a pretty neat shelf. This is all of the weird, obscure type of stuff. Reaction Heroes, Kiryu-Shikage. There's an event deal in the back, a Wonderfest bow, some JoJo cups. Going down, we have some Breaking Bad stuff along with Griffith, which is pretty neat. Going around on the side, there's a couple hangers, keychains, stuff like that. Up here is pretty much the miscellaneous shelf. There's not a whole lot of organization really going on here. It's kind of where random shit goes. Over here is the My Hero shelf. It's alright. Not a big fan of My Hero, really. There is a missing Bakugo, right where that should be. He fucking committed suicide off the shelf and broke his arm, so that's cool. Over here is the Yu-Gi-Oh shelf. It is fairly full. We have a sealed copy of Dungeon Dice Monsters. Emphasis on the quote-unquote sealed. A bunch of different stuff. We have some One Piece stuff over here. Nothing too crazy. Dupes of Luffy for some reason. Here's not a whole lot of crazy shit. There's a Lego Wii with a couple games. Exodia Funko Pop, XYZ's Dragon Cannon Pop. Some Eevee Pops I think are cool. A bunch of Vision Hero increases. Like, this entire stack is full of Vision Hero increase. Don't question it. Shinji, get in the fucking shoe, Shinji. And then we have some Fallout shit. Pretty cool. Some Star Wars shit. Some more Star Wars shit. I like Boba Fett, he's pretty cool. There's Garfield with a baby hat on for some reason. Some more Breaking Bad dolls. There's a big-ass Boba Fett. A bunch of shit piled up over here. Just cards and shit I haven't gone through, or have for a video or some shit. Cool-looking Mandalorian, skull thing, whatever the fuck that is. Thingy? I don't really show them off a whole lot, and also this is dusty as hell. But I have, some helmets, which is cool. I have, like, a Darth Vader and a Kylo Ren somewhere. There's also down here, there's a Team Fortress crab thing, some JoJo manga. There's also a Neon Genesis, like, gun thing. Get in the fucking robot, Shinji. Technically a figure or whatever the fuck, but here's a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh shit that I just have stored away. Bunch of decks. Keep decks in here. There's a bunch of common bulk in here that's completely full. Some more shit here. That's where I keep modern staples. That's a bunch of old hollow shit. That's like goat staples or something. What the fuck is this? Hero Dad? Yeah, Dad's not coming back. The most valuable and most expensive thing of the entire collection, we have this fat fucking bastard. That's right, bud. You little fat fucker.